Alright, Elite Code 3 here, and this is going to be a mail bin. there's some bins down there. We're going to start off the video by talking about some cards that I already opened in the mail, and they're very cool cards though. So this is a 1972 Topps Reggie Jackson. So this is kind of the possible PSA candidate slash binder. You know, if they don't make the cut for the PSA slabbing, then they get put into a cool vintage binder I'm working on. So it's just a bunch of 60s and 70s. Don't think there's any 50s in here, but there's a Joe Torre, 70 Bobby Bonds. It's 66, I believe. Tony Oliva. It's from Cuba, I think. And this one's in the 80s. I don't know why this is out here. Dave Winfield. I guess I'll just hold the stack up and show all these cards. This is stuff that just came in that I've opened off camera, and most of these are pretty cheap buys. Here's a Stargell 66, and then we got a Bob Gibson 66 Topps. So I mean, these cards are just gonna look great in the binder. 66 Torre. I found some of those in a lot of 66 cards that I bought. There's a Bobby Bonds 72, Tony La Russa. This one's like creased, but it was only a few bucks. I'm not sure. 69 Topps maybe, since it says 68 All-Star Selection. This Yaz is actually in pretty good shape. There's a 66 Yaz. It's off-centered, but it's nice. This is actually the George Brett that was in, I think, my most previous mail bin, and this one is it was wedged between two top loaders, and it's like a PSA 3, but that'll look good in the binder. Let's get to the rest of these real quick. George Brett, that's a 79, and then these were from Popstein. There's a couple of these Pete Rose cards, and he uses this type of tape that is really sticky. So these are both in decent condition. I haven't looked at them closely. They're obviously all centered. They're not perfect. They're not like going to be PSA 9s or anything, but there's still a cool Rose from 68. So a couple Rose cards I'm going to take a look at, maybe send one in, put one in the binder. Then we got the Yount 77, 76, 78. So just kind of putting together some base, a bunch of Topps cards. This one looks pretty good. It's centered well. The 69. Here's a Donruss Tony Gwynn snuck in there, and then Bob Gibson 69, and here's one with Hank Aaron, McCovey, and Lee May. Kind of a cool 1971. And this is a badass Hank Aaron. Can't remember the cost on this, but it's 67. So that's just a little introduction. This is going to be a longer one. There's just a ton of stuff to get to. I need to get my cutter. Alright, so what do we got? Might as well start with this one that's sitting here. Alright, so more vintage, and this is from Invest in Baseball, and he's got a lot of auctions that he runs, and you know, they go for pretty fair market value prices, but I just like this Schmidt card. It's cool. PSA 8, so that's a 77 Topps Schmidt 8. What was the price on this one? It was like 12 bucks, so not like crazy cheap, but not crazy expensive either. So it's gonna take me, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 months to kind of get the vintage binder, you know, up and going. I'm gonna have a bunch of different players. I don't know how I'm gonna sort it though. That'll be a fun project. Maybe I could do one 3,000 hit binder vintage, then one 500 home run, and then like put the cutoff at like 1983. Or I could just keep it all in the 70s and prior. I don't know. So this is shipped in one of those PSA boxes that you get when you send an order off. It looks like it's a lot. So I just been kind of doing some experimenting with these. What is this, 66? So no, 63. So this is older. I guess I'll flip through these real quick. I think they're pretty much commons, but it'd be cool to flip through some 63 Topps cards. So if I see anybody that I know, I'm sure a lot of you guys know some of these names. I haven't educated myself enough. Looks like that guy was pretty good. That's crazy how long they've been doing that All-Star rookie thing. That's pretty nostalgic right there. So just a bunch of commons. I'm gonna not go through the next two stacks. You guys get the picture. Just a lot of 63 cards. I'm gonna put them in the store. Maybe I'll run them in auctions. I don't know. I really don't know the value on them, but I thought it'd be cool to get some of that going in the store. Okay, here's the price of it. I'm just kind of curious how much that was. I think it's like 30 bucks. It wasn't cheap. 21 bucks plus shipping. So I mean, not terrible. But pretty good stack of 63 cards, and they look like they're in pretty good shape. Maybe like VG to EX. So those will be fun to put into the store and just kind of see what the market's like for 63 Topps. I'm sure some set builders would want them, but it's not the big names that everybody chases for the most part. So. Like I've always said with my collecting and the hobby, I just go through spurts, man. I'm just like here today, gone tomorrow. Like I was into 2017 football for a couple months, and then I just kind of went to this new project. So I'm always doing new things. I'm always doing the PSA thing, but I'm just kind of cooling it a little bit. This is a badass card. This is a Willie McCovey rookie card. What year is this? I don't know why. I feel like I should know this. He's born in 38, so it's probably like 1960. 61 maybe, I don't know. So, the picture that almost looks like it's a drawing, but I'll have to check the description. He wrote some note, but that's in like a different language, so I'm not even going to try to read it. So that's a Willie McCovey. I'm just going to put that into the vintage card stack. I almost see the trash can like over here. Alright, here's one. This is actually a great way to ship, you know, higher dollar cards. Say you sold a card for $100 or $200. You don't have to pay that much in shipping, but you get that extra protection of it being in one of these little cardboard boxes. It's just a nice touch that you can do if you want to show your seller that you really care. What is this? Oh, this is a return, so we're going to skip that one. We just want to see cards that are new that came in. Put that to the side right there. Here's one. Sometimes I cut these open and look at the cards so I can leave feedback for them, because I don't like to get too backed up on the feedback. So this was a Cal Ripken lot. I think this is like a newer Ripken, and I'm not one that's into the newer Topps cards where they try to redo the retro look. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. I'm just not one to collect it. So that was just a throw-in. Those two were. This was just a Fleer. He put in a one-touch, kind of weird, but I don't think it's in that good a shape. But it'll be good for the binder if it's not. So 82 Fleer Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. Neat card. And I'll just put these over here in this stack. So I'll just throw all the trash on the ground here. This is like one of those buys where you're like, I don't know why I bought that. I think it was just like $1, but I don't really collect Marlon Mack, and I guess I'll just throw it in the store. So he went to South Florida, I think. Yeah. Don't think he's been playing too much yet. The Colts are kind of a disaster right now, so I don't know how much better. I mean, obviously they're going to be better when they get Luck back, but I don't know if that team's really set up for much right now. Here's one that was opened up. Of course, we got to have Tomlinson. Should almost change it to a mandatory Tomlinson and Vicks. So this is the Lone Star auto from Stadium Club 01. These are chipped up a lot when you get them in. I can see the white on the corners, and that's just the way the card stock is. It was, you know, it was in a pack, and it's probably changed hands, and there's just a lot of stuff that can go wrong with the card when it's been exchanged through different collectors over 16 years. But it's still a sweet card, regardless of the condition. And it looks like it might not be mint or gem mint, but it looks pretty acceptable to me. So this one feels like a lot. Yeah, this is just called a stocking lot. And a lot of these cards will be priced in the store for like 50 cents, and I think that's pretty cheap. I have a bargain bin that I've talked about, and I can get this open. So all items in there are 50% off. So I price a lot of stuff at 99 cents because that's the lowest you can price stuff on eBay, and then I do 50% off. So you're basically getting the cards for 50 cents. I'm surprised that not much stuff moves when you're offering cards for 50 cents, but then again, there's so many cards out there that the market's just so saturated, and I don't think there's enough collectors for all the cards they make. So this was like a 100 card numbered lot of 2016 certified. So these just look like base cards, but I guess they're out of $4.99. So we got Miles Jack in there, Leonard Floyd. There's a cool little Ramsey. And there's a bunch of oranges. No, there's not. So most of these are just like the bases to $9.99, but this would be good to stock with. I think it was like $7 or something. And it's just a bunch of numbered cards, and maybe I'll keep a couple for the PC. But for the most part, these will go right into the store. So I don't know. He probably busted a case of certified, and this is all the stuff he didn't want. He just threw it into one lot. And I get why people do that, because you can get rid of a lot of stuff. It sells cheap, but you don't have to deal with the cards anymore if you don't want anything to do with them. They're just taking up space. I mean, you might as well throw them in a lot. I might start doing that. Okay, there we go. There's the mandatory Bowman Chrome. I actually just got a PSA 10 of this in one of my recent submissions, and this is the refractor version. It kind of reminds me of the Topps Chrome, although I like the Topps Chrome better. Just it's numbered lower. The images are not superimposed either. They're from the Rookie Premiere. But this is still a slick card. Kind of a high print run though. So that's a Vic. That was probably about $10 on that Vic card. This one's heavier. Possible lot. Yeah, it's a lot. So it's a big lot of score stuff. So I think you guys get the picture. A bunch of the main rookies in here. Okay, each one of these team bags is a lot of a different player, I believe. Let me just take a look in here. Okay, so yeah, I mean these are all just lots. So Switzer, David Njoku, Mike Williams, O.J. Howard, Juju Smith, and Corey Davis. So these were all just bought from the same seller. He combined the shipping, and that's more stocking. So there's a lot of stocking going on. But I think I'm gonna reach my goal, which is I've said it before. I feel like I say it every video, but 18,000 listings or SKUs. That's what they told me on eBay. This is a neat little card, a neat little parallel. Every once in a while I'll pick these up. This is Elite 17. This is the Blues to 15, so it's numbered down here at the left. AJ Green. This is probably like $2 plus shipping, so neat little parallel. Put that in this pile. Oh, this is cool. So back to some of the vintage baseball. So, and I think these were from a seller who has a ton of vintage stuff in auctions, and most of it's not graded. So if you guys ever check out, his name's Greg Morris. He just got a ton of stuff, and I believe these were all from him, and I'm totally fine with them shipping in these card savers. And there was cardboard around it, so that's a cool way. These look pretty good. This is a McCovey 69, and that's a 71. So I'm starting to get them memorized. Is that an Air? He didn't play for Washington, right? That's a 74, so that was kind of when his career was winding down. And then we have a Jeter. Looks pretty damn good except for that bottom right corner. You guys see that? Maybe an 8.5. And then, I don't know why I bought this one. Willie Kirkland, 1960. I don't know what I was doing. It must have been a weird day. So here's a Tony Gwynn Fleer. Let's take a look at it. Oh, okay. I thought we were going to get like a price on it. It's in the lighthouse holder. PSA 9, so I like trying to buy these raw, but guys, it's tough. The odds of finding one, I mean, this one looks really, really good, and it's a 9, so the odds of finding like a 9 or a 10, I mean, you could probably get a 9 every once in a while, but a 10, I don't know, guys. But it's pretty pricey to get a 10, but I mean, if you think it's worth it to pay that premium to have a card in that good a condition, then you should probably just do it. If it's not worth it to you, then buy one in okay condition and throw it in a binder. I don't know. Or just put it in your PC. You don't have to have everything slabbed. Manny Ramirez. This is sweet. 5 of 100. So this is Showcase 97. This is the Legacy Collection. Grace. So, filthiness. Beautiful card. And I am trying to work on my Manny registry. As you guys probably noticed from the big 500 card order, there are a bunch of Mannies that nobody would probably grade but me, but that's why the hobby is so diverse. Here's a Yaz. This is cool. 64 Yaz. Centered well. It's just got kind of those pushed in corners where they just look soft, and it just kind of reminds me of like a 3, 4, or 5. I mean 5 on a really good day, I think. But so that's a Yaz 64. Put that in the vintage stack. I kind of saved a bunch of the and there's some more in this one. Saved a bunch of these. I opened up the packages and then left the feedback, and then I put them back in so we can take a look at these at a later date. So here's a nice Pete Rose 71 tops. It looks pretty good. This has those black borders. I mean, these have to be really tough. So Pete Rose 71 tops, and then a Pete Rose 66, right? Yeah, 66. And these are both in pretty damn good shape. They're probably like PSA 5s, but I don't know unless I get a closer look at them. I can't see what's on the surface. Here we go. This was a big card. This would actually be a good candidate for a bear. But I mean, you can say that about pretty much any running back that's had success in the NFL. Like Zeke is already turning into a bear. So who's the hot rookie tailbacks for this year? Kareem Hunt, McCaffrey, Fournette. I mean, I'm sure they'll be bears in like 2 years. So this is a badass card. This will always be a sick card to me. Exquisite Charles to 199. I actually have a PSA 10 of this, and I think it's a pop 1. So look at that patch. There's a Charles. This is neat. It's in pretty good shape too. Okay, it's got a little crease down here, so this is perfect for the binder. 1970 tops Pete Rose. I'd like to get all the Pete Rose cards raw from like 64 to maybe like 86. I don't know. 64 to 1989, I don't know, and then just put them in a binder. I've got some ideas for the binders. Most of my binders I'm just going to do, like, I'm not going to do like doubles, because I want to get unique cards in the binders and not get it, you know, and it's like you got 5 of the same card. It's cool, but I mean, it can be a little bit watered down too. Oh, cool. Here's a Randy Moss. This is a broccoli cheese soup pack too. That's neat. So, I mean, this is something you just have to tape in. Come on, guys. It's like $200. Not a $5 card. So, looks pretty good. Beautiful card. This is actually a bull. This card's starting to heat up. I know about 6 or 7 years ago I was picking up the PSA 9s of this for about 100, 125, and now they're pushing like 320, 350. So definite bull. It's like tripled in price in the last 7 years, and I think it's gonna keep going up. He should be into the haul soon. I think he'll be in the haul next year. Okay, this was all from the same seller. Obviously, they're in the same package. So this is actually one of my favorite Griffey cards, even though it's not like from one of the main companies. I think it was just issued at minor league stadiums or at the All-Star game. I have no idea. Somebody might know the info on this, but it's the Cal League All-Star. So we got an 8, a 7, and these all were just recently sent in a 6. And this one was like $6. So I'm gonna take a close look at all these and just kind of see if I can catch what caused each to get the grades that they did. So I'll probably keep the 8 and 7 and throw the 6 in the store. 6 just looks kind of weird for a card that's not that old. But then again, that's just my opinion. This is cool. So here's a couple Elite Series cards, and these are just badass tough pulls back in the day. This is the 94, I believe. Yeah, you can always tell the year. I mean, if you just memorize the design of the card, but if it says 93, it's the 94, and this one says the 91, it's the 92. So that's probably my favorite. Some people don't like it. It's got too much going on, but these are all just priceless cards. So some Elite Series Griffies. So. Oh, this is cool. So I don't do this too much with Griffey, but it looked decent in the picture. This is the 1989 Upper Deck. And if you guys ever get a chance to watch a cool video that I enjoyed, there's a I can't remember his name, but he doesn't have a lot of subscribers yet. But he sent in like 50 of these, and he got a ton of 6s. But I mean, I gotta applaud the guy because the effort and the passion was there, and I think he's just a little disappointed. I think he got 110, and I don't know about this one. It's got that torn hologram. It's probably like a 7 or an 8, honestly. So there's an 89 Upper Deck Griffey card. So we're hitting some Griffies now. How cool. I like this set a lot. 1970 Topps Willie Mays 5. That's just a clean, that card looks great. Sometimes 5s just look awesome. So top to bottom, right to left, that centering's pretty good. That's like 60-40. Top to bottom's probably 70-30, and then the back looks clean too. So it's got those the soft corners you expect from a 5, but it definitely looks nice for a 5 to me. Nice Willie Mays card towards the latter half of his career. It's always sad to see players when they're getting older and they can't produce like they used to. I think we're starting to see it with Pujols. He's still definitely very productive, but he was just at a level that is pretty incredible for like 10 years. So Chipper Jones, this is just a neat little gold refractor from 2002 Bowman Chrome to 50. So saw it in an auction, scooped it. Oh, this is sick, guys. This is also from Greg Morris, I believe. But he puts the condition of what he thinks it is, I guess. And this is a badass Pete Rose. It's off-centered really badly. I don't know if I'd put a card like this in the binder because this was pretty expensive. Can't recall the price on it, but it's these 64 tops. I like this one a lot better than the 63. I don't like those little heads. I think that card's hideous. But to me, this is my favorite Pete Rose card. So we'll see. Maybe we can get like a 4.5 on it or something. So Willie Mays 72 tops. Oh shit. That's binder material. You see that crease? So I think this would get like a 1 or 2, right? Maybe fair. It might just be a 1 because it's creased so bad. And then we have this card. This is cool. Look how blurry the photography was. 72, right? 73. Reggie Jackson. I always thought he was taller than he was and bigger. Maybe he just played a lot bigger than his size. 6 foot, 195. But man, that guy could rock some home runs. Top piece to the side. I'll use those to ship. So I might start running a bunch of auctions, and if I decide to do that, I'll post something on Instagram or Twitter so you guys can have a chance to see all the stuff that's going in auctions, pick stuff up cheaper and fixed price stuff. Here's a Fitzgerald. This one was expensive. I don't know if I got shill bidded but like the second highest bid was like $1 from my high bid. So it's a sweet card from Sweet Spot though, to 150. So Fitzgerald, that one is out of 150. Very sweet set. Another beautiful set from Upper Deck. This was just a couple cards that went really cheap in auctions at nighttime. So we have a base Mitch Trubisky to $4.99. And also Curtis Samuel to 25 orange or gold. To me, I don't know. It looks orange or gold or bronze. Call it whatever you want. So there's a couple 2017 football. I've definitely slowed down on the 2017 football. I'm not going to buy any hunt cards right now just because this stuff's kind of inflated. So here's some more Pete Rose cards. 71. And probably like 3 to 5 shape. In a case that's like yellow with no soft sleeve. So I don't know what some people think. And then a 66. That one looks pretty good too. So I'm gonna get most of these packages open tonight and then leave the appropriate feedback. This is sick, guys. Reggie Wayne. This is the Rookie Watch Gold. I call it the UD Exclusives, but it's out of 50. It was like 20 bucks. I just thought it was a neat card. Future Hall of Famer. Pretty sure he's gonna get in. All right, next we have a Mike Williams certified gold patch to 25. So pretty neat little card. Okay, Okay, here we go. This is from Scrounging Fingers. You guys ever heard of that? He sent some Bond stuff, so these are lots. They're actually stuffed into these. So there's some Bonds 86 Topps traded, and then some Fleer 83 Gwynns. These were both in lots. This might be New England sports cards. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but these were both pretty cheap lots. So maybe a slim chance of a PSA 9 sitting in one of these. I don't know. We will give them a fair shake, but the odds are against us when they're like that. Oh, this is sick. I had to save this one. It's just a neat card. So this is the gold auto Mariota to 50 from 15 Topps Tech. I always like breaking that product, and I'm not one to break products where you don't get a lot of cards, but I always just like this product. Box brushes were like 30 bucks. And you got beat pretty bad sometimes, but you could hit some 101s or a decent auto here and there. It's just like any other product. Some more baseball. So I'm definitely not following baseball too closely right now because my team's not going to make the playoffs. The Royals. I mean, I'll still catch some postseason games and keep up to track on it, but I'm still buying the older baseball stuff. So here's an 83 Donruss Gwynn and an 85 Topps McGuire. So back in the day, this card raw was like $200. I think this was like $5 maybe. A couple of these. Alright, that's it, guys. Battery's dying. Got about 30 some minutes in, and I'll open the rest of these off camera. That's it.